I'd like to give a brief introduction about myself before we move ahead. I'm Dr. Deepa, a qualified dentist, and now I am a parenting coach. Good morning, Ms. Yashika. I am a parenting coach, more so for teenagers and the young adults. I do one-to-one coaching, DMIT test, which I took in the last session about what is DMIT and how it can help you in your parenting journey. Parenting coaching, if any parent is facing any kind of challenge early in their parenting years or during the time when the kids are in the teenage. I also undertake mentoring for teenagers and also give workshops in schools, colleges, and corporates. Now, why did I choose this topic of nurturing the young minds? As you all know that when children reach teenager years, parents start facing a bit of challenges that may be because of the hormonal changes that are happening in their body or the social environment that is causing the influence. I also feel that if parenting is started at an early age, the right beliefs that are formed in the child early on, the values that are given early on, it makes a significant difference in the life of a child. So that is the reason why I decided to take this session today to create awareness among parents whose children fall in the bracket of 0 to 5 years. Now, you all know 0 to 5 years is a very fast changing age. If we take 0 to 1, that itself you will see a lot of changes, even in 1 to 2 age bracket, 2 to 3. Now, here, the changes that I'm talking about are not only the physical changes that you will see that, the child has stabilized the neck or is sitting, crawling, walking. But there are a lot of changes that are happening internally, which you will agree with me. Over a period of time, the child starts recognizing the parents, the caregivers, and the outsiders. Over a period of time, the child also understands or starts speaking first with single words and then goes on to 1 or 2 words and then to a complete sentence. By the age of 4 to 5 years, the child is ready to go out and spend some time in a pre-nursery where, social skills can be developed. Now, also, you know that the brain development is happening, and that is happening at a faster pace during this period of time. So it becomes essential that the parents have the necessary tools and techniques to start right. When the child is born, it's like, a clean computer that you have bought from the market, or it's like a clean slate or a blackboard. Now, the kind of programming that you put to the child is what the child is going to carry forward. So, this responsibility lies in the hands of both the parents and the caregivers. The caregivers can be the grandparents, the uncle and aunts, if one is staying in a joint family. So, it's important that we understand what we need to do and what we should avoid. Going forward, this is what I wanted to say. Yeah. When we are constructing a building, we need a strong foundation. Now, this foundation, if it is weak, then it can, create problems later on in life. Similarly, in case of parenting, when the child is small, born, it's like a wet mud. The kind of shape that you want to give that child is absolutely up to you. Definitely going forward during the teenage years, corrections can be made. The beliefs which are not heading the child in the right direction can be changed, but then it takes a lot of efforts on the part of the parents and a coach to go forward in that direction. So, if possible, we should at least start right, move in the right direction to have a strong base. Now, when I talk about the strong base here, Definitely, we don't do things by ourselves. We hire an architect, we hire many other people who help us in this construction. So similarly, when going forward in parenting, in today's times, it has become imperative that we seek help. We upgrade ourselves in parenting. I am a firm supporter that our elders are giving us the best knowledge that they have. We should take in what is applicable to us in today's time. We should also upgrade ourselves in the knowledge by undertaking various parenting courses. And then, with this double knowledge, you know, double energy, we should move ahead in our parenting journey. Let's move ahead. Yeah. So, in the conscious parenting, as I mentioned, solid foundation plays an extremely important role. Now, in this, spending time and understanding your own child is crucial. It's because every child is unique, every child has a different structure, a different personality. We need to understand what is the personality of our child, what are the needs of our child. Now, let me tell you here that children are very smart. They observe our patterns, they observe how we behave with them, and that is what affects them a lot. Now, spending time here does not mean quality time. You must be hearing from every corner that spend quality time. I also insist that there should be quantity also included in this. You just can't say that I spent quality half an hour or 1 hour and that's about it. No, the child needs both quality as well as the quantity. Now, here, as a couple, parenting goals come into picture. Have you all heard about parenting goals? Please type it in the chat box. Let me hear it from you. And I would request if all of you can switch on your cameras, let's have a good exchange of energy. Have you heard about parenting goals? Let's have it in the chat box. Yashika, Neelam, Rahil. Have you heard about parenting goals, or have you set any parenting goals for yourself as a, with your spouse? Okay, let me just explain you what this means, and then probably you'll get a better idea. Now, when we are about to have a child, um, okay, we'll talk why it doesn't go accordingly. See, for parenting to happen and the parenting goals to work, or anything for that matter in parenting or even in relationships, we need to be on the same page. We don't have to have goals which are fancy. We need to have goals which are realistic, which we are able to relate to. Giving you a very good example here, a mother probably likes a girl child of hers, the daughter, to be a certain way, homely, or going in for those activities which she likes. On the other hand, the father may say, no, I want my daughter to learn horse riding or do, all the extracurricular physical activities, and she should be rough and tough. Now, here there is a clash of thoughts. Now, what is the way forward here is that both the parents need to sit down and come to a common ground, understanding where the other person is coming from. Because if that understanding does not happen, that why the mother is wanting it that way and why the father is wanting it that way, definitely there will be clash, or for the moment the parent may say, okay, how half-heartedly the father may agree to what the mother says, and vice versa. but then it doesn't work out or it doesn't go as it is supposed to go. So having understanding where the other person is coming from is extremely important. This is so because our growing up years as spouses are not the same. Our circumstances have not been the same. So definitely our thought processes are not going to be the same. So coming to this common ground is very crucial when we are talking about a parenting journey. Now, parenting goals, here, what I mean to tell you is that, for example, in case of something which needs to be taught outside the house, a father can take responsibility and say, okay, this is my department, or this is where I will lead the child. And there are certain things wherein the mother can say that, okay, on these grounds, I am going to lead the child. Now, when both of them have the clarity that, okay, this is my job and the other departments are my husband's jobs, that this clarity helps them to go forward in life. Now, this also helps the child in having clarity to which parent the child needs to go. That is going way forward in when the child falls in the bracket of, 4 years upwards. But this gives clarity to the child as well, and which is extremely important. Now, going forward, yeah, okay. The result of all this is going to be a child which is mentally sound. That is, from inside, the self worth of the child is going to be very high. The child will have extreme clarity in moving ahead. And when you are strong internally, you excel at everything that happens outside, be it relationships, be it academics, be it extracurriculars. Anywhere such children go, they are well accepted, they are welcomed, and they really form very good leaders. So this helps to develop the inner value of the child. Yeah, moving ahead. Now, this is what forms, as I mentioned, the parents form the base of parenting. As you saw earlier slide, that the base needs to be strong. Now, here, if the parents' relationship is not great, then the kind of challenges the child face will be immense. The negativity in the environment, even if the child is, uh, you know, uh, 6 months old, they are not contaminated by the world or the environment outside the house. So they have a very high sensory acuity. So they are able to figure it out that, okay, there is some kind of stress in the environment. The loud pitch, yeah, of sound that the parents may be using while communicating or having a communication breakdown can disturb the child. When we are not able to emotionally regulate our own emotions, when we don't have a good mental health, how can we expect going forward that the child will have a strong mental health? Now, these all challenges, how do they come out? You may say, okay, we don't fight that often, but then when you hear subtle things, now this is again when you undertake any kind of parenting courses or sessions, or you attend one of my such webinar, which is free to create the awareness among parents, you understand that this awareness is very important. You come to know of the subtle cues that the child gives. They won't come and tell you that, okay, I am distressed, I need to go to the doctor. A 2-year-old may not be able to tell you that. But how do they speak it out then? They will speak it out in their actions. How do they do it? Probably you will see them, uh, you know, in their own shell. They won't speak much. Whenever they hear loud voice anywhere, you can see a change in their facial expressions. Academically or socially, when they go out in the crowd, they might not like it. They might not be able to perform what their age children are able to do it easily. So these are some subtle signs, which if they are showing in a pattern, then it is a cause of worry. And then we need to look into the environment of the house and see what is going wrong and correct it as soon as possible. So your relationship of parents forms the base of parenting. Yeah. Okay. This is something which is disturbing me a lot these days. I go out wherever I am. The mothers are using the gadget in the pram, as you can see in one of the pictures. The child is in the pram and seeing a video. Yes, it is extremely convenient, extremely easy for us to give the gadget, put in some cartoons, and happily go shopping. But then the kind of damage that you are doing to your child is almost irreparable. This child, who probably from the age of 6 months onwards is exposed to, the high colors, the greater frequency of moving of the slides, the sounds, is not good for the development of their brain. It is said that parenting needs a lot of efforts, and I completely agree with it, because when the child is small, we need to give a lot of time to the child because he has only us. The child's world in this age group, the safety and the security is first the parents and then the caregivers who are there in the house. So if the caregivers only, you are causing a damage to the child's development, this child who watches this video games or anything, cartoons, right from probably, if I put it even as 6 months, this child is for sure to come for counseling with challenges like lack of focus, decreased emotions, irritability, anger issues, gadget addiction. They have less emotions because they are not able to connect with the real world with the real world. Excessive time spending in the uh, real world will cause them to have difficulty in forming relationships in the real world. They don't want it. They wouldn't like to talk. They don't know how to talk. And the kind of damage they have on the brain is, it can't be even spoken in words because they are so hooked there. The eyes, the damage that is being happening to the eyes, the neck, and this is not something constructive. You, whenever you are even giving the child, you should always see if it is age appropriate or not. And this will happen only and only when, look, how closely the child is observing that red mobile. Do you see how closely? Now, ask this child anything which is happening on the left or the right, child will not be interested. Even if you give the food will, even if you give a healthy food, it will not have impact because they have not paid gratitude to the food. They are not eating with consciousness. So it is not going to be fully giving the benefit of, what it should be happening to their health, and the kind of damage to the eyes and the posture. Now, this has been coming out in form of studies that the posture is changing among humans, wherein the neck is coming a little forward. I wish I just forgot. I could have shown you the picture. It's causing so much of a damage that we really make to, uh, understand the serious consequences the gadgets can have. So we really need to control the gadget time ourselves for them. And for them, we need to control our own gadget time. Because going forward, they are going to ask, why are you so much on the gadget? You are putting us to sleep, but after that, you are watching the gadget for another 2 hours. They will come back. They are, smart kids. They come back and ask. So you should be the role models for them to leave this gadget as a good servant. I'm not saying here that the gadgets are bad, extremely good. We get extremely good information from it. But then where to stop is what we should know, and we have to teach it to our children as well. Okay, I would like to all of you to type in the chat box. Are you with me? Shall I bring it on the next topic about food? I would like to have some energies. If you can um, switch on your cameras, that would be really great. Let's have some good exchange of energies. Let me hear from you. What are your thoughts? What are views at the end? Thank you very much, parents. Thank you very much. Let's move ahead with the next topic, that is the food. Now, here we are the ones again as culprits. I don't know. Parents always tell me we come to you with the challenge to, fix our child, that the child is having this problem, that problem, and you send the child home and you tell, okay, I need to fix the parents. Actually, it is true that I need to fix the parents, because what we do is what the children follow. So here again, if you have to introduce something into their diet, it is us who has to do it, and it starts early on and with us. Going forward with an example, if I have to tell you that if a parent says, I've seen that this is a real life example. A friend of mine, when we were having noodles, the mother was, slowly and steadily towards the corner, she was putting all the vegetables. Now, do you think her children are going to eat vegetables? Of course not. The children will not eat. So we need to be the role models again here to set the right tone for the even the food. Now here, how you can go about it, in this bracket of 0 to 5 years, I hear a lot of parents telling me that, my child is a picky eater. What should I do? My child is very selectively eating. We have to slowly and steadily introduce. Here you can take the support of, the colors, variety of colors, um, options, giving options to the child. But the option should be in such a way that you are at the win-win situation. Now, this is something which we really need to work around and see what they are liking. One food of their liking, a bigger portion, and a smaller portion of what they don't like, to introduce that into their system. Slowly and steadily we have to do that, because these days there is so much of packaged food, and trust me, they are packaging it, they are marketing it so well that, we all are affected by it. We are all feeling that, just grab it off the shelf and eat it. All these ready to eat meals, they are not good for the health. Always the fresh preparations should be done for all of us. And if the child sees that right from the beginning, definitely that will make a impact on the child's mental screen, that okay, this is the way forward, this is healthy. We have to keep continuously talking to the child that this is something which is good. Keep talking about the benefits of what is good about probably a papaya, probably anything that is vegetable or carrot. And on this, at the same time, say that the food that comes packaged does have a lot of preservatives. You can say they have chemical. They will not understand the word preservative, but chemical which are harmful for our body. We have to make this effort to put the right balanced food on the child's plate. Okay, this is something which is also happening a lot, something which disturbs me as much as the gadget addiction that we are putting our child to. Now, this is called as, the minute the child turns 2 or 3, or, earlier also I have seen some parents, a huge list starts. Okay, I have to take the child for swimming, I have to take the child for skating, as if, the parents have developed a FOMO that my child should not miss out. Let me tell you here, your child is not going to miss out on anything in life. Every child is a God's gift. God has plans for every individual on this planet. And if you really want to understand what are your child's strength, you should get your DMIT test done for your child and then follow that roadmap rather than just putting them through all the activities and then the child does not have any free time left to develop creativity. When the child comes to you, even today, 3 years, 4 years come and tell, I'm getting bored. Now, I think we should not be hearing this from 3, 4 years because they have so much to do. There is so much for them. Just the free time, give them some blocks, puzzles, or take them outdoors. Unstructured time is what I'm trying to tell you. Unstructured time should be there for them to explore their own thoughts, own ideas, even if it's scribbling on the paper. But it is very important that unstructured time be given to them rather than just start putting them in some pre-nursery and the evenings are occupied with 1 or 2 activities. The child will get drained. Even if your child is then gifted, just because he has or she has been put through these series of events one after the other, they will drain him physically and mentally. Just imagine yourself, if I have to put make you parents imagine, put yourself in a situation wherein I tell you, okay, you have to go to office today, but 1 hour in this office, then quickly after 1 hour go to another office, then another office. Every hour you are changing your office. What will be your level of productivity and what will be your level of satisfaction of the job? Can you tell me in the chat box? Will you be satisfied? Will you have that energy? Let's have it in the chat box. Thank you very much, parents. So you agree with me. So give this a thought, give it a very serious thought. What are your child's strength? Move according to your child's strength. Less activities, give them some unstructured time so that they are able to explore. And in this age bracket, they will have high energies. I have parents coming and telling me, my child is hyperactive. Please don't label your child. The child is not hyperactive, they is high on energy. And they are supposed to be. Take them outdoors, let them explore. Yeah. Okay, this is something equally important. Threats, if and then. This is something which is having a extremely deep and a negative impact in the life of your child. If you do this, then I will take you out for play. If you finish this activity food, then only you can watch TV. So you are teaching your child what to do. And then at the end, you will get the result only if you do this. So they are learning barter. They may not be able to reply to you now, but going ahead in the teenage years, they are going to use the same things back to you. And then parents say, oh, my teenager is back answering, my teenager is lying, my teenager is having these challenges. So start right, go ahead with conscious parenting, and definitely challenges are there in life. They will come in all the parenting years, but when you are aware, when you are consciously doing parenting, upgrading yourself, you will be able to navigate through all the challenges easily. So don't use threats as your tool, rather use questioning as your tool and your strength going forward in parenting. Yeah. I thank you all for patiently listening to me.